I met my close friend through my abusive ex. Tilda, ex sexually abused me, then I started chatting with his school friend on social media. Now his former school friend is my friend of over 5 years. The very first time I pursued someone romantically, I was 14 and he was 16. Let's call him Matt. We had been online friends for 3 years by then, so I trusted him. I was wrong. He regularly coerced me into participating in sexual acts over text. When I tried to say no, he'd act upset until I reluctantly gave in. At one point, he said that if we ever met in person, we wouldn't be virgins anymore, regardless of whether I wanted that or not. No teens on my street. My middle school was full of cliques. I wasn't in any of them. The few friendships I did have there were strained. I was afraid to let go of Matt because he was one of my only social connections. When my parents discovered Matt's texts, they told me that if anyone else found out, I'd be suspected of prostitution and deported. My biggest fear. We're immigrants. There was no focusing on IRL friends. There was no telling the school counselor. I was isolated and ashamed. That spring, I started taking more notice of William, one of Matt's school friends. Back then, they often commented and bantered on each other's Instagram posts. One day, I checked out William's profile and left a comment. Weeks later, we were talking almost daily. Still afraid of judgment, I promised myself to never tell William about what happened with Matt. Fast forward 2 years, I finally blocked Matt. I eventually told William about what happened. I was scared that it would tear our friendship apart, but it did the opposite. I learned that by then, William had stopped liking Matt as a friend too, for his own personal reasons. We shared our disgust of Matt, knowing we weren't alone. William has been one of my closest friends for 5.5 years now. It's so crazy how we not only know of each other's existence, but also proceeded to get to know each other, mutually maintain a trusting, stable friendship for over half a decade, and learn and grow alongside each other, only because of one creepy guy who we eventually grew sick of. In a weird way, I'm so glad that this is what came out of it.